Okay, just a quick follow-up to the ENER chart we sent out last night. Now, it's only been one day. You still have consecutive lower tops. You kind of have a wedge pattern forming. So today's action, and again, the Dow was pretty weak. The market was pretty weak. Doesn't negate the setup yet. Now, if this were to roll over, I would lose interest in it. But today, just to show you on an intraday basis, kind of a funny story. Here's how I made 2 or 3 cents a share on ENER. Had an initial pop to 12.47, sold off. Then another pop to 12.34, sold off, but didn't take out the lows again. So as it started to climb back up, I said I liked it, and I told the chat room at 12.35. If it can get there, it could take out the high of the day, and we all know that folks are getting excited about ENER just about on every pop lately. So actually got filled. Nice little position here, 12.34, 12.35, 12.33, somewhere in there. And right after that, it took off to 12.52. Okay, so normally, anytime I have 15, 20 cents a share, I start scaling out. Okay, so right after, here's a quick trading lesson for everybody. Right after I got filled here, and maybe somewhere up in the 12.42 area, somewhere about right here. This is probably 5 minutes after I got filled. Had a nice position. E-Trade went down, and that's who my broker is. Couldn't get online, couldn't make a trade. I mean, I couldn't get a hold of him on the phone. Completely blind to the market, and here's the lesson, didn't have a stop in place. I had a mental stop. I was going to kill it if it got down to 12.11, worst case, maybe even below a couple of these candles here at 12.24. In other words, if it started to roll over, I would have got right back out. But I had no, so the lesson here is, if you know where you're going to put your stop, once you're in a position, my advice is to put a hard stop in instead of a mental stop, just in case you lose your connection. Okay? So that's what happened. I certainly would have taken 15, 20 cents a share on a nice position and had a nice trade out of it. As it is, by the time I got back on E-Trade, it was back down to 12.38. I think I took 3 cents a share, and then I just killed it. I figure I missed the pop. It may continue higher later, but since it was coming back down, I just killed it. So I made like 2 or 3 cents a share on it. So that was my sorry trade in ENER today. But it does go to show that the sell, once it failed or once it broke the early high and then came back down, no reason to hold and hope it's going to go back higher again. Again, I would have taken most of it into this high of day pop anyway. So that said, ENER still looks pretty good here. Huge volume pop and lower top. So maybe even if the market's strong, let's see, it looks like it closed at 12.07. So this will be on watch probably tomorrow, but I won't take it unless it starts to get some momentum and near a previous high or something like that. So we'll follow up on it. I would still say this chart deserves to be watched. That said, we did have some nice trades today in a couple. DRI is one, for example. It broke down out of this base, and we took an entry somewhere around 31.60 something using one of our methods. Excuse me, I can't remember the exact entry now. But it came up it ended up going all the way back up to 32.60 something, up $1 from where we took it, and our stop was less than 20 cents away that never got hit. So that what we've deemed the waterfall strategy, something that's really tanking on panic volume, that sort of thing, that's been really paying off for us. So it makes it fun showing up for work every day, because even on a boring day, we might catch something that's in a panic sell-off and implement our strategies and make some nice money on them. So that said, really had a decent day today, all things considered, and I think this ENER still worth watching. Maybe we'll show a couple interesting charts that we're watching for tomorrow. Well, just a couple things to watch. Sally Mae looks like it's gapping up. SLM. This probably would have been on bounce watch because it was such an organized sell-off here. But now it looks like it's at 960 in the after hours tonight. So something's up with that. So Sally Mae, SLM, and you can kind of picture a wedge pattern here. If it gets up above some of these recent highs, it may run. So Yahoo, let me try that again. Yahoo in after hours was running up over 18. Recent highs at 1794. It was trading up in the 18. So Yahoo needs to be watched on Wednesday. SD has had great strength. It's been basing here. Trying to break out of this base over the 14 area. We'll be watching that one. We do have some bounce plays on watch as well. SanDisk is another one that was going crazy in after hours. It's at 23.72 right now. Recent highs are 23.20, so this is up near 24. So SanDisk needs to be watched tomorrow too. Now, none of these are just automatic buys, but if we get a low risk setup like we teach, we'll call it in our live chat room. And again, we'll only call it if we have a tight stop as well, based on the chart. So there's some things to look for tomorrow, some things to think about, and we will follow up on some of these, how we traded them on Wednesday, possibly with a video tomorrow night. Have a great night.